In today's lesson, we are going to talk about stem cells. So our objective for this lesson is to analyze the growth and development processes of organisms, and by the end of this lesson, you should be able to use models to illustrate how cellular division results in the reproduction, growth, and repair of organisms. So to begin, we really need to understand what a stem cell is. In the simplest terms, a stem cell is simply any cell that is undifferentiated. Okay, so right, we see that word, right, different, right, but it's undifferentiated, meaning that every single stem cell is exactly the same. It's identical. This means that after multiple rounds of mitosis or cell division, that stem cell could become any type of cell. So it is a blank sheet, okay? It has the potential to become any type of cell that the organism needs it to become. Now, early embryonic stem cells are just one of the two types of stem cells that exist. Early embryonic or just embryonic stem cells, though, are the most potent stem cells, meaning that they can grow and become any type of cell. So we say that they are pluripotent. So they are very potent. These are the type of stem cells that are used or traditionally used in stem cell research. The other type of stem cells are adult stem cells. So they are still undifferentiated cells, but these stem cells are found within tissues and organs of adult humans. Okay. These stem cells, they can undergo cell division to form new stem cells. They can undergo division to form new specialized cells, but just for those specific organs or tissues within where they are found. So most adult stem cells, they are restricted, right, in what cells they can form. So, if you find the stem cell, within bone marrow, then typically, you're limited to, bones that stem cell could become. However, with the advancements we have in technology, some scientists, right, have learned how to reprogram these adult stem cells to become more like embryonic stem cells, meaning that they could potentially become more different types of cells. So we say that these are induced pluripotent stem cells. This is important because there is a lot of controversy around the use of stem cells. So the idea here is that if we could reprogram an adult stem cell, then we wouldn't have to pull stem cells from the embryonic stage. So someone who is suffering from some type of disease or disorder, leukemia, we could use their own stem cells to help in their treatment. So essentially how a stem cell works is that how stem cell research works is that we could use these stem cells to essentially regenerate any type of tissue or organ that has become damaged, again, either due to disease or illness, or just because of natural causes, or maybe they are a burn victim. So there are all sorts of different applications to stem cell research. So in order for a stem cell to become another type of cell, it has to undergo what we call differentiation. So differentiation is essentially when different genes are turned on or off within the cell. And because these different genes are on or off, that means different proteins are being made, and then the cell grows into the different shape or the size that allows it to perform that unique function for that organism. So now we say that the stem cells are differentiated, or they're not even stem cells anymore, they're just regular cells. So you had a stem cell, right, that could essentially become, like a muscle cell, a white blood cell, or a nerve cell. So those are all differentiated cells. So again, heart, lung, muscle, right? They all of these differentiated cells, they have the exact same DNA within their nucleus, but they develop differently because of those different proteins that are being expressed because of the different genes, right? Or sections of DNA that are being turned on or off during that differentiation process. And typically this differentiation process happens during embryonic development, right? When the embryo is developing. But again, with modern science, we have been able to kind of figure out this on-off switch ourselves within a lab to use adult stem cells. And so again, right, some of the uses for stem cells, what's being used right now is generating new skin for burn patients. What we hope to use stem cells for in the future, right, would be to grow organs for people that need organ transplants. So a lot of usefulness, right? Again, all, helping humans to lead healthier and better lives from stem cells. But again, also that process of taking an undifferentiated cell and turning it into a specific cell or a specialized cell like a muscle cell or a nerve cell. Okay, those are specialized cells. So that is it for these notes on stem cells. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know.